This morning on DC News Now, a person of interest arrested overnight in Prince George's County after a crime spree that hurt 6 people.
I've been on the department for 20 years now, and I can say I have not seen anything like this.
Where the investigation stands this morning. Plus a warm and foggy start to your Friday. We're tracking weekend showers coming up. Dramatic new video out of Oklahoma. A crash injuring an officer. What is being said about the dangers of distracted driving? And a progress report from Montgomery County Schools, how the district is implementing its new sexual harassment policies. Plus, a look at the perks of auto-paying your bills. We're stretching your dollars this morning.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, coming up on 7 o'clock on this Friday as we take a live look at the roads. Our photographer John driving around showing you the conditions. It looks like there's some drizzle and the fog might be lifting, but there is fog out there that could impact your morning commute. But first, thank you for starting your morning with us here on DC News Now. I'm Tosin Fakile in for Tanaya.
Yeah, good morning to you. I'm Corey James. Shanika, she's tracking the roads this morning. We're going to check in with her in just a moment. Jackie is tracking that forecast and yeah, as we just saw, a little bit of rain.
Yeah, we have to use those windshield wipers out there this morning and the umbrellas. Yes, those two. But we're also tracking the fog, and it is dense off towards our northern zones. Talking about Hagerstown, less than a mile of visibility there. Annapolis, about a mile. DC, we're seeing improvement over the last couple of hours, or at least now it just jumped back down to 0. It was up to 6 miles when I just blinked before it jumped back to 0 miles of visibility. Dense fog off towards the north. That advisory remains in effect through later this morning. A few showers are sliding by. Also have a little bit of that mist with that fog as well, so let's keep that in mind. But temperatures, those are warm right now, but we're going to be soaring to near 70 later on this afternoon. More details on that coming up. Shanika's back with a look at those roads. How's traffic?
This fog is still here, and it's not going anywhere. It doesn't seem like it, at least. Here's 70 and 270 heading westbound right out of Frederick County. It's looking okay as far as roads. They're very clear, but you know what? Those road conditions are very slick, so do be careful. Let's flip over to the maps. We did have a problem on 70 heading eastbound right near 85, so do watch for that. That was still out of Frederick. And here's 370 and the ICC. 270 is looking clear, but we did have a single vehicle crash, and that was right before 270.
All right, Shanika, thank you. Developing now after a series of violent incidents in Prince George's County last night, police say they now have a person of interest in custody.
Yeah, DC News Now's Candace Cole is live at police headquarters this morning in Upper Marlboro with the latest. Candace, good morning.
Good morning, Corey and Tosin. Police here in Prince George's County took a woman into custody around 11:30 last night who may have been responsible for a violent rampage using her car that left at least 2 people critically injured, including a 15-year-old. Now, here's a look at the timeline, that scary timeline of events that happened last night. Take a look. Police say all of the incidents happened within an hour and a half, starting around 5 o'clock Thursday afternoon. At 5:05, police say a woman was hit by a car while walking down the street near Ritchie Road in Capitol Heights. Then 10 minutes later at 5:15, 2 more pedestrians were hit by a car down the road in Landover. Police say the driver then got out of the car and stabbed one of the victims, a 15-year-old who's said to be in critical condition. At 5:30, another person hit by the same car, this time near Addison Road South in Capitol Heights. And within minutes, another person had been hit just further down the same street. Fast forward to 6:35, police say they responded to a report of a man being stabbed on Annapolis Road in Lanham. His injuries were also listed as critical. Police say these appear to be random acts of violence committed by the same person. During a press conference yesterday, Deputy Chief James McCreary said he hadn't seen anything like this since the D.C. sniper in 2003.
This is very concerning. It's very frightening, which is why we wanted to make sure we alert the public immediately. That's why we're here tonight, and we're out making sure that we're putting out this information now. I've been on the department for 20 years now, and I can say I have not seen anything like this since I have joined the police department. The closest thing I can think of in recent memory was the D.C. sniper when I was coming up.
Now, again, the person currently being held is just a person of interest. As of right now, they have not been named a suspect. We are expecting more information to come out later on today from Prince George's County Police, and we will keep you updated with the latest details in this case. Reporting live from Upper Marlboro, Candace Cole, DC News Now.
All right, Candace, thank you for breaking down that timeline of what happened. And new this morning, Montgomery County police are investigating how one person died and another was injured in Germantown after responding to a report of a stabbing.
And this happened before 9 o'clock last night at the Middlebrook Mobile Home Park on Frederick Road. That's where officials say they found the woman who died at the scene. Authorities say a man later arrived at a nearby hospital with serious injuries. So far, no word on any possible suspects. Officials also have not released the name or age of the woman. They say the medical examiner's office is working to learn the exact cause of her death. And 2 people are recovering after a late night shooting in Silver Spring. Police say this happened before midnight near Colesville Road and 2nd Avenue. Officials say the 2 victims have non-life-threatening injuries. No arrests have been made.
Coming up on 7:05, and 2 Maryland men have been arrested and charged for allegedly killing a professional boxer from Prince George's County. Police say 20-year-old Javon Thomas and 19-year-old LeVar Hunter shot and killed Anwar Wingate last year. According to court documents, the homicide was caught on camera in a Shaw parking garage.
I really miss him, but today is special in a way. There's no finality to it, but at least I have hope in the process.
Thomas and Hunter are expected to be back in court for a hearing next month.
In Virginia, police say they have found the parents of an abandoned toddler. The little girl was dropped off in an apartment complex in Alexandria Wednesday night. A neighbor says she saw a white car speed off after leaving the young child. She tells DC News Now she stayed with the toddler until police arrived.
She was just holding me here, playing with my zipper, and I give her my phone too. And she seemed like she's really, have some connection between them, and I never have a baby.
Child Protective Services is doing a joint investigation with police. The child's parents, they say, are also cooperating with the investigation. Right now, the little girl is currently in CPS custody.
And we now know the name of the man shot and killed in D.C. by a crisis intervention officer while he was having a mental health crisis. He's been identified as Clifford Brooks in that deadly shooting on Wednesday. And police also say the officer who shot him is a 31-year veteran of that department. On Wednesday, crisis intervention officers say they spent 2 hours convincing Brooks to go to a hospital. Now, while in an ambulance, officials say the 41-year-old attacked a paramedic. Investigators say they attempted to use pepper spray when Brooks assaulted an officer, but Brooks was eventually shot when police say he approached officers with a metal object. The officer who shot and killed Brooks is on administrative leave. And a staff member at Houston Elementary School in D.C. is on leave as the district investigates misconduct allegations. D.C. Public Schools says the news is concerning and did not confirm details of the accusations, but they did say no children were involved. DCPS says it's identified staffing coverage to make sure student learning continues.
Montgomery County Schools highlighting progress made to update its action plan. Now, the update comes shortly after the Board of Education asked Superintendent Dr. Monifa McKnight to step away from her job. The district provided a framework for the improvements last October, and it says it installed new leadership at the Department of Compliance and Investigations, streamlined monitoring, tracking, and resolution of complaints, also mandated in-person sexual harassment training for supervisory staff. They also say they updated their email retention policy and stopped employees under investigation from being promoted. McKnight also says she got input from local leaders, experts, and school staff on MCPS's policies. Maryland State Board of Education completing development on the leadership profile for the next state superintendent. The profile identified characteristics that students, parents, and educators believe are critical for the role. The board held focus groups, community town halls, and ran an online survey. Applications for the position are open until March 1st.
D.C. is making a major shift to save people with serious injuries. Soon, firefighters and medics will be able to give blood transfusions to patients in the field. Now, this means the life-saving process can begin before a patient gets to the hospital. Once the program launches, blood will be medically stored in fire stations across the district.
I am proud of anyone in this room or anybody in the district that donates blood because it will truly make a difference for this program and for patients all around the region.
Doctors say giving a trauma patient blood as soon as possible increases survival rate. The new program will be put in place throughout D.C. in the next few weeks. Well, if you want to practice mindfulness this year, you might want to try mindful drinking.
Yeah, DC is hosting a mindful drinking fest all weekend at Union Market. Organizers say it is an event dedicated to preserving values of mindful consumption and social wellness. This is all happening while also serving non-alcoholic drinks. The event starts today at 5 p.m. on 5th Street. Drinking Fest will include events like a bar tour, karaoke, and sunrise yoga. The event will also feature speakers and sampling sessions of non-alcoholic drinks. Tickets are free and can be accessed on the Mindful Drinking Fest website.